that. There we go. Now it's recording. Okay, here we go in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I forgot how to do that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades episode for... What? Holy crap, guys, my brain just broken. That's okay, because this is a live show, and that happens from time to time. I hope you're here to listen to some weird and crazy news from all over the planet, because that's what we're going to bring you, whether you want it or not. If your eyeballs are on the stream or your ear holes are in this podcast, those are the things you're going to hear, along with maybe some wiener jokes. So better be careful if the kids are in the car. Hey, they're about to get an education. So hey, put on your dancing shoes there. Pull up your sweatpants, dust the Cheeto dust off your hands, and let's have some fun, man. I'm your host, Steven, joined as always by the incredible, the amazing Smash Lee.
Hi.
Smash, I got a story for you.
Bored.
Huh? No, it's a really. So we were talking about wiener jokes, in the intro there an hour ago, and and I got to thinking. Every time you play Luigi's Mansion, and if you're those unfamiliar with this, it's a video game on the Nintendo Switch system there.
That doesn't have inverted control capabilities because they're jackass.
Yeah, because some people haven't played a video game since GoldenEye on Nintendo 64 and feel like they still need to invert their controllers.
Suck all the butts.
but so you have this vacuum, and the job is you're basically a Ghostbuster, but you've got a vacuum to go suck up the ghost. You flash him with the light, and the thing when you're trying to direct anyone to play this game, you're like, you got to suck that thing, suck that guy. Oh, you don't suck that, you blow that. You're just yelling these out of context, completely inappropriate phrases at other people. Suck the drapes, suck that guy, do that thing, blow that hose, and you're like, what?
Or flash somebody.
Flash the ghost, then suck the ghost. That's the way this works, and you just can't. Because you're a child in your brain. You're a teenager who never grew up. You just sit there and laugh. Half the fun of the game is yelling about the sucking and blowing. And it just, and you just, as an adult, you just can't get over it. It's intense. It's exciting ghost hunting in the best way.
We were, when Jacob and when Sub was here and we were like playing, we were all so intent on finding the gyms that, okay, Sub, correct me, but I don't think I perved that one, did I? Like, were we just so intent on finding the gyms that like my perv brain took a back seat?
You can perv Moana, but you can't perv Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, you and the family of 6 that listen to this, that I won't say their last name in because they're kind of famous, can suck all the butts because Moana is perverted, and it just is, and that's a fact.
By the way, we just use perv as a verb. Can you do that? Can you be like, you just perved that thing? Like, is that the way it works?
Okay, Sub said I perved real bad.
You perved,
and McFly said I perved. Okay, I don't recall my perving, but apparently I perved, and now perv's a verb, and I can't say that.
This is the best verb.
Perv
is the verb. Perv is the verb. That was way more fun than it should have been.
Somebody make that a song. When don't I perv? Now look here, Groove.
We had a guy at a former job, and he was an older fellow and wildly inappropriate for the area that he was in. But whenever we'd go into the data center to fix a problem, we'd come out and be like, we took care of it, and he'd go, crisis perverted, eh?
Oh, that's such a bad joke, but it's funny.
Is. And then anytime he would hand you a badge with the number 6 on it, he'd go, there's sex. You're just like, you work around like 100 women, for one thing, and this is not work appropriate. But they all laughed at him and thought he was just a jolly old man. He was at jolly old man stage, where you can say stuff like that and like slap people on the butt, and everybody's like, he's just a jolly old man who's weird.
Yeah, once men reach a certain age, depending, like my dad will say things. They're pseudo inappropriate, but it's like complimentary without being like Harvey Weinstein-y.
Yeah, there's a creep factor that it's pervy without the creep factor.
If it's like a non-threatening pervy comment, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
So I'm sure I've told this on here, but my dad was at a gun show with Wally and Jacob one day, and there was a woman that had a like revealing shirt on in that it plunged, and she had a dragon tattoo that wrapped around her neck, and the dragon's head went down between her cleavage. And I guess my dad just stared and stared and stared at that tattoo until finally he looked at her and said, "Where are the dragon's eyes?" And apparently she just kind of like brushed it off. But my dad was so tickled. I'm like, okay, so if like a 30-year-old guy would have said that, you maybe would have punched him in the nuts. Or like,
yeah.
But I feel like that's as far as you can go without getting a dick slap.
Well, and to be fair, not to apologize for any of the actual cruel events that happened. Welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, where we dance around landmines all day. But there's also the person. If the person has no power and they're just a weirdo that walked by the street, you're just like, oh, that was strange, and you just keep moving.
At most, you'll be slightly offended, but you're not threatened.
Yeah. And to be clear, Ashley's dad's 80 almost. So
yeah, dad's like 80 years old and he's got back problems and he just laughs at everything after saying it.
Yeah, and he's at the fart in the grocery store loudly and just keep walking stage. So it's totally fine.
I don't remember a stage where he didn't do that. Like, I think my dad was 42 when he had me, and like he's always been just like a horse that just ate oats. Galloping freely through the pasture lands.
If I had a superpower, pooping and walking would be a pretty cool one to have.
What?
At the same time, not really. That'd be horrible. Do you know centaurs do that, though? Like, if you're a centaur, you're just, like, walking around, like, pooping on stuff.
So would you rather be a horse? Okay, this is what I don't understand. Horses have to stop to pee. Like, they've got the dongle for the pee, and I just feel like it should be prehensile, and they just stick it out to their side and, like, just spray, like, off in the distance, right? But they don't stop to, like, poop out their rectum. And I feel like that's backwards.
It does feel like it should be the other way around. But they really do. They take time off to do a number one, but then to do a number two, just nope. They just keep on going.
Yeah, and
really
I've never understood that, because I'm just like, when you're riding a horse and they stop and do that little like where they kick their kickstands out, and if you're on a short horse or if it's very rambunctious with its pressure, you'll get pee splatter on your feet
all over the place because they get shorter. You know.
Yeah, because they do that. They go. Oh.
They splay their legs out like, whoa, don't want to get any urine on me, but never mind this poop stuff.
They do that? Yeah, they're like, I'll crap down my leg. But I guess horse poop isn't runny.
No, we used to throw them at each other when they dried out. Horse turds.
I can see that. Don't people use it as like you can light that crap on fire? Because it's just dried grass.
Oh, yeah. They make fires out of camel poop. We learned that in one of Sam's poop books. It's like, this is... Welcome to the show, everybody. It's where they make bricks out of poop, and they make houses out of it, and they set it on fire. It's a pleasant aroma, I'm sure.
So I don't mind the smell of horse pee. Horse pee smells like dead squirrel juice, but like horse poop, it's whatever. It's just like kind of a grassy, earthy smell. Pee just smells like ammonia dead squids.
You could say you could make a candle out of horse poop if you wanted, Yankee. We're standing on $1 billion candle opportunity here.
Is this a segue, or is that a pull out of Steven's butt way?
Oh, no. I mean, I pulled it out of my butt, but it's definitely a foreshadowing of what's coming.
Oh gosh.
In the special section.
No, I don't want to scroll ahead, but now I do. Jacob.
No, yeah, I scrolled ahead because Jacob was like, I don't know if you're going to want to read it. And I was like, let me see here. Are there any dirty words? Because,
Dead squirrel juice at the store.
You could, if you want to, use that to catch a squirrel, like you use deer pee to catch deer.
To catch a squirrel, you just put a plastic bin out and watch the big nutted bastard chew a hole in it.
Yeah. By the way, Sam has gotten really interested in animals. I don't know if he had he must have had some in-depth discussion with Jacob about hunting. Because this morning, this is what this kid does. He's either going to be a psychopath or he's just, a soon-to-be pioneer.
A 5-year-old, yeah.
But he sits down with me, and it's like 6:15 in the morning, and he goes, "Let's find a video about how to kill a chicken."
What?
What do you even want to kill a chicken for? I just want to see how you do it. And I think some of this came about because he was talking about where did chickens come from. And I was like, well, you get a chicken, and then you have to kill it to eat it. And people kill it, they eat it, they put it in the store, and we go pick it up after it's killed. But then I told him, I was like, but your great-grandma used to go out back, get a chicken, swing it around by the neck, and then eat it. So ever since then, he's been remarkably fascinated by chicken killing. And he also wants to shoot stuff because he and Jacob were talking about shooting squirrels in the nut. Or no, he said the nuts. And then I got in trouble for teaching Sam nuts. Nuts. He's going to say that to somebody. Yes, he is. So is every other kid. They're all going to learn nuts or balls or whatever. And I didn't want Sam to be the only kid running around going testicles.
I mean,
he's not wrong. It's just, then you're that kid.
The testicle kid.
Then you're the testicle kid.
I feel like when I was Sam's age, because all of my friends were dudes that were older than me, I cursed like a sailor. Like,
you didn't curse at 4. Sam's only 4.5.
He's gonna be 5 in like 2 months, dude.
I know, but it's 4.5 until he's 5. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I feel like as an adult, it's more acceptable for you to curse than when you are 4 to 12.
That's not a little feeling. More jarring. That's the truth. That's not. I feel like that is. It is true that being an adult cursing is more acceptable.
It may still rub you the wrong way because sometimes I hear people cursing and I'm just like, stop. But then I do this show.
Yeah, and you have an actual swear jar that originated.
I'm at 3. I'm good. We're not going to tip 5 this show.
We're only 10 minutes in, but that's okay.
Shut it.
Let's do a factoid of the week. Factoid. Though it was I can't read that name. Smash. Why'd you do this to me? Henry Becquerel that discovered radioactivity in 1896. It was Marie Curie who coined the term. Yes.
Ta-da!
Ladies in science for the win.
I switched back and forth between the factoid and the chat, and we went from, hey, fun science lesson to Wolfman and Nards.
We do that. That's just how this show works.
I feel like I missed something.
There's a lot of meandering. I'm to steal a phrase from the Gene Pool Variety Hour podcast, chasing chickens. That's pretty much what we do. It's like, let's talk about nuts for a minute. Oh, here's a fascinating story. Oh, let's solve world hunger at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's par.
That's about how we do it.
That's average. Yeah. Well, I'm okay with that. Barely a news podcast.
Barely. We should really, that needs to go on a t-shirt.
Yes. Scott, yay.
Yeah, Scotty, where are you? I wear my fairly well-known streamer shirt all the time. I feel a little pretentious in it, but it's great. It's my so favorite. Good. Thank you, Scotty.
It's so good.
World news. Woman forced to take pregnancy test before boarding a flight to Saipan. Why? Yeah, I know. Like we ask right when we read the headline. There's an entire story.
Read the story.
There's an entire story here. A 25-year-old Japanese woman was forced to take a pregnancy test before she was allowed to board a flight from Hong Kong to Saipan, where she was traveling to visit her parents. Midori Nishida filled out a questionnaire that included a question about pregnancy, but a rep for Hong Kong Express Airways then told her she had been picked for a random fit-to-fly check. One pregnant lady, random. I don't know.
Wait, did they think she was like smuggling a koala in her dress or something?
Oh, not if she was flying from Japan. I don't think they had to worry about koalas. Panda bear, maybe. Do they have pandas in Japan?
Hong Kong isn't in Japan.
I thought, well, they said Japanese. Oh, see, here's what happened. It says 25-year-old Japanese woman. And then my brain turned off when I read Hong Kong.
Steven did it, Ashley. High five.
It's fine. I thought I made some major cultural faux pas there for a second. I was like, oh, snap. Can you not say pandas?
Can I not say pandas in Japan?
I got really confused.
No,
Sorry.
I was just making fun of your geographical knowledge, even though you have that.
Listen, it's not very strong. I remember being blown away like 3 years ago when I learned that the UK is like way more north than we are. Like they're like in Canada. They're like
Did you say nerd north?
Nerd north. No, nerd north. That was a stutter.
Can nerd north be a thing?
Wombats have cubed poop. What? Nerd north? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's fine. Speaking of north, I went back to North Space last night, and it was awesome. I was flying some spaceships. It's like callback.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the wombats have cubed poop out of nowhere.
I mean,
nerd north, wombats have cubed poop. North
when you
space.
know things. Okay. She was ushered to a restroom and told to urinate on a strip. Part of the airline's efforts to address birth tourism concerns on Saipan, which has become a destination for expectant women to make babies eligible for U.S. citizenship. Oh, is Saipan a U.S.? It is. It's a U.S. island.
It's an island in the Pacific, and I know that off the top of my head, not just because it says it in the article.
I mean, I think I read it. Or no, I skipped over it because it looked like...
over it.
Well,
you felt like... it was unimportant. But it was.
It was really important. In 2018, more tourists than residents gave birth in the Northern Mariana Islands, in which Saipan is the largest island. Pregnant foreigners aren't prohibited from entering the U.S. or from giving birth in a U.S. territory, but authorities can turn away visitors if they are found to be lying about the reason for their travel, or if they can't prove they have the funds to pay for medical procedures, including giving birth, which if it's the U.S., costs like $8 billion for some. I don't know. Our copay wasn't that huge, but then again, who knows what the real costs of anything are these days.
I was told that the nitrous is expensive and not worth it.
Nitrous? You can do nitrous and have a baby?
We
that seems bad.
can do NOS.
Yeah, don't do that. That feels like the wrong thing to be. Like you're high as a kite when they hand you your child. What is this thing? It's so funny.
No, I mean, I feel like that would be the most apropos way for me to give birth.
Yeah, if you were on the gas.
Jacob did tell the group the other day that I would probably eat everyone in the room. So they might gas me for free.
Well, it's quite possible that whatever demon you harbor in your body all the time will just come out and your like jaw will unhinge. It'll be like The Conjuring. You know, like you pull your jaw apart and everybody is devoured, and then you have the baby.
That would be so cool.
And you'll be like, I didn't need those people anyway.
Right?
Baby.
Like
I did this by myself.
Well, that was the whole point, because very much like my 4-year-old nephew, when I'm in pain, I don't want anybody near me. I don't want them to look at me, and I want everybody to die. And so they were talking about, like, you can have your mom in your room and you can have your friends in your room. And I'm like, the hell? I don't even want you in the room.
No, don't bring your mom to the room. Having your mom in the room sounds like the worst idea ever. And if you did that, more power to you. I guess it depends on the mom. But that seems like there's only one person that needs to be that concerned with your lower body, and that's whoever helped put the baby in there. And the doctor.
Jacob's like, you would hear somebody be nice and sweet to you and you would rip their arms off and beat them with them. So
yeah, Jacob knows that his place will be in the corner of the room with his back turned.
You're like instructing the staff, look, if she's not dying, just let her do it.
Just told she's really like, she'll let you know if she needs something, and she doesn't. So leave her alone. She's gonna push this baby out by herself. You just need to catch it.
La, 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 la.
That's going to be fine. You're going to do great. Airlines must take back passengers who are denied entry, a requirement that makes them eager to make sure that their customers are likely to be deemed admissible to the U.S. I wanted to make sure that this was really mandatory, so I asked him, do I really have to take this test? Is this necessary? She had told the Washington Post. I like that. That's pretty good. I needed to know if it was necessary, so I said, is this necessary?
Lol.
It's like great writing. They said you could opt out for the test, but that means they would deny me boarding the flight. I felt like my hands were tied, so I had no choice. She said the test was negative and she boarded the November flight. The airline, also known as HK Express, a budget carrier recently acquired by Cathay Pacific, said it had adopted the measures on flights to Saipan from February 2019 to help ensure U.S. immigration laws were not being undermined because they're freaking complicated.
Right.
We would like to apologize unreservedly to anyone who has been affected by this. We have immediately suspended the practice while we review it. That's pretty good. Let's not just pick any. Checking for people's pregnancy is just a sketchy thing at best. You know, I get what they're trying to do, but maybe the U.S. should do that when they get there. You know, if the
did
U.S.
she
wants to
look
be
pregnant?
creepy,
I feel like I would be offended.
Yeah, you can't ask that question. You can't say, Are you pregnant there? Be like, no, I'm fat. Shut up.
Right. She either looked pregnant to somebody or they looked at her and were like, oh, she's from a different country coming to the United States. Therefore, she wants to take advantage of our laws.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it was dickish.
Yeah. I got pulled aside for a random check once.
About pregnancy?
No, not that time. But I was going to back home from the Dominican Republic, and it was in my like emo kid stage. So I had like black shorts and a black t-shirt, and I had on my glasses, which were black, those thick black rims, like Weezer glasses.
Yes. So
I was all like emo kidded out, and I had a machete in my luggage. Because you buy a machete when you go to the Dominican Republic. I mean, that's just what people come home with, is really awesome machetes. So even though you can buy them at Gander Mountain, like 10 feet down the road all day long, and they're better, but whatever.
You just can't have them at the airport.
Yeah, but I had this in the airport, and I remember being terrified. So I was like, this isn't random. I'm wearing all black. I look like I'm depressed and ready to hurt somebody. So I bring this bag over to the thing, and he's digging through there. I'm like, he's got to find the machete, because I'm a good kid. I'm not a bad kid. I was
so you were sweating bullets.
I was never in trouble for anything. And I'm like, oh, gosh, he's got to find the machete in there. I'm in so much trouble. I'm going to die, blah. Literally, like, stuck his hands down the edges of the bag and closed it back up. Like, okay. I was like, well, that was easy. You didn't find anything. You weren't even looking. Like, I could have had a whole pound of marijuana shoved in the middle of the bag. You would have never found it. I mean,
yeah, that is true.
Till it went through.
I remember when
X-rays.
you could lock your luggage. That was fun.
Oh yeah, before they would take them off with bolt cutters.
Yeah, before they start snipping them like a circumcision of your luggage.
Oh yeah, those were the good old days. That was right after the events, the bad events of 2001. So it was like everybody was on edge flying in an airplane. It was like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. This is crazy.
I remember I went back with a machete, and like I was not worried about it because
I don't worry about things. I'm like, when I had to take a special test for a job I wanted once, and I had to tell the guy, I was like, listen, I get anxious walking through an airport in a plastic, like going through a metal detector in a plastic suit. I would have an elevated heartbeat. And he's like, I'm getting that from you. I was like, okay, good. Just so we know. We're on the same page.
I can see that. Every time I don't understand why, because I get away with stuff pretty easy. Like I can say stuff and do stuff, and I'll just either lie my way out of it or whatever. Like I don't know if the don't care vibes are so strong that they Jedi mind trick the people I'm around, but for some reason, like a couple of the times I've flown, and it's always been a female attendant, a female TSA person, like has taken objection to my existence and like been a little bit bitchy with me, and I'm like,
So that's when you take the giant purple dong out of your bag and you beat them with it.
No, I never hit anybody. I did tell him to shove it once. I'm like, you can't just take somebody to a bathroom and search them because you feel like it. Sorry.
Yeah, there was one dude I knew that traveled a bunch, like all the time. He always did the pat down. He would be like, "You gotta pat me down," and they knew him at the airport because he came through there all the time. And you're like, "Why don't you just go through the thing?" And he was like, he said something along the lines of, "If you're gonna disregard the Fourth Amendment, it should be difficult for both of us," or something like that. And he was like, "Fair enough." He had a lot of really interesting conversations.
I dig that.
Yeah, with TSA agents, that we should both be uncomfortable if this is the road we're gonna go down.
I feel like so many of the medical examinations you have to have as a chick are, vaginal, and they just like rub your boobies everywhere to make sure there's no lumps or bumps. So I feel like we're naked and touched a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, if the TSA wants to, like, whatever.
That's really sad though. Like because of doctor's appointments always having to check to make sure parts are okay. You're just like, I guess this is what people do to you. They grab you and shove stuff in places.
Well, yeah, we've got more. I mean, guys get breast cancer, right? Why don't you guys have booble exams?
It's very rare, but it can happen. Yeah. It's very rare. You know, one of the most popular plastic surgeries for men is breast reduction.
Huh.
Yeah. That's a good pregnant pause there. So, what? Yes.
Huh. Well, I can see why that would make a guy super uncomfortable, right? Because, like, could you take this tissue and put it in my nuts, please?
I don't know if like having big balls is the goal. But
I
sure.
like big balls and cannot lie.
Welcome
Kyle to the
Legion of Dorks.
The explosive audio. I could have sworn I turned off the audio for that. But welcome. Thank you so much for joining the Legion. You are more than welcome. By the way, if you're new to the Legion, you can join us over at twodorks.net/discord and join the conversation. The mini conversations.
Og will sum it up. Og is our resident summarizer. That's a word.
Og summaries of the day. If you pop in late, you're like, hey, what has everybody been talking about? And he's like, boop, 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 boop. And you're like, oh, now I'm caught up.
You're always so good, and then you don't have to go back and read 50 messages, and his is normally funnier.
His is great. Small town news.
Okay. Family dog gives birth to lime green puppy named Hulk.
He looks like that puppy.
Highlighter.
What? Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember the icy thing you could get at the gas station? It was like a snow pup or something. There's the mascot was a dog, and it had on a hat. Slushies. Were they slush puppies or something? I can't remember. Slush puppies. Yes, TV's Travis remembers. That's what this dog is. This dog is Slush Puppy's baby.
Jacob, I want a slush puppy. Bring me. Dude, Steven came to visit. Him and Stephanie came to visit when I was at WVU like forever ago. And I was just like, there's so much to do up here, and we can do this and we can do that and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to show you guys around. We literally sat up for like 48 hours straight playing Mario Party and drinking slushies from 7-Eleven and eating nachos.
I regret nothing.
I don't think we left the house other than to refill our nachos.
Yeah, and after living in Morgantown for multiple years later on, there still wasn't anything to do. So It was we did exactly what we should have done. Stayed inside, played Mario Party, and ate chili cheese dogs and nachos.
Oh, and the slushy. So I have this picture where like all of our mouths are stained with the, red dye number cancer. So good.
It was a good time.
North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, how long ago was that? That was back in, I was like 18. 2003, 2004, 2003.
Yeah.
2004.
Foreverness ago.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Forever. A North Carolina family's dog gave birth to a neon green puppy named Hulk. Was it named Hulk as it came out? Because that's what the writing makes it sound like. Or is that just me being a dick?
Hulk is its given name.
That's like, he came out and he's like, what's up, bitches? My name's Hulk. Woof. Oh, whatever. Gypsy, a white shepherd owned by Shayna Stamey.
Shayna Stamey.
Shayna Stamey delivered 8 puppies. The dog's 3-hour labor, suck a butt, went smoothly until the 4th puppy emerged covered in lime green fur. I started freaking out, Stamey said, but everybody was healthy. I don't know why she sounds like
Robin
that.
Leach.
I know,
Have
right?
y'all dreams.
I loved how she went from like Alabama to
They have a giant swimming pool with a diving board.
I mean, if you're gonna have a green dog. He was very lime green at birth, and now he looks bright yellow with a hint of green. I was gonna say he looks like a highlighter, man. Born at 15.6 ounces, because nobody cares. Hulk weighs in at a whopping 1 pound and 8 ounces at 6 days old. Why is he yellow? How did Hulk get this? Oh, okay, here we go. Liquid from his mother's stomach probably stained his fur in utero. Gross. Hulk's green hue should fade in a few weeks under a steady routine of baths and licks from Gypsy. Hulk started to look more like an Easter peep than his namesake hero because he's Sharpie yellow. I don't know why he's Sharpie yellow. I feel like I missed fun things in the chat.
You skipped the best part of that last sentence where they referred to human mom Stamey.
Oh God, my brain subconsciously skipped over that bull crap.
Baths and licks from Gypsy, human mom, Stamey said. It was human mom. Someone needed to hit a word count, man, because they told all the normal health stats of this dog before getting to what we actually cared about, which was the green part.
Wait, so like, why was there stomach liquid in a non-stomach liquid cavity? Is the dog gonna die?
When I was a kid, I thought that babies actually grew in mom's stomachs. Like, in their stomach.
I mean, if you look at a pregnant woman, that's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like.
Well, yeah. It's just... Has Tater started just wringing your stomach like a dish rag yet? Just like what is this
Jesus,
thing?
Steven, do they do that?
Yeah, they'll reach up. Sometimes they'll poke their face out of your guts and be like, Mom! No, they don't do any of that.
So one of the girls in the Sinner group, she sent us a video like 2 weeks ago, and it's like of her stomach, and you can just see like the baby in there.
This is as close to xenomorph as you're gonna get. I mean, this is great stuff. It's like you were born for this. I mean, I guess you were a girl, so not that you say you have to have one. Oh gosh, that's not what I meant.
I did. Everyone got what you meant because of the aliens.
Stop eating my sesame cake. Hallelujah! Holy shit!
Okay, that was me having a panic attack. I'm good now.
Did you mean to step on all of the buttons, or?
It was just a panic. I was like, that's not really what I think. That's not what I meant.
No, literally no one thought you thought that. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with aliens.
I told Sam one day, I was like, Sam, the one thing that you need to build is to be a good thing that you can stand on as long as you get older and older and older is your reputation. Don't jack it up, because if you have a good enough reputation, you can say something stupid and everybody will be like, oh, that's not. They'll read between the lines for you and fix your foot and mouth disease.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I just like when you flip out so much about it.
Well, I get terrified. I don't want to get canceled. That would suck for something stupid that you didn't even really mean to say, and it wasn't even intended the way it sounded. Oh, gosh. That's a nightmare for me.
I rolled a nat 20 from my eye dice.
You win. Special section. That button didn't work. Hey, but that was cool. Griffin, thank you for the sub. The special section music from the sub was better than the Batman transition music I was going to use.
That was awesome. Thank you, Griff.
So thank you, Griffin, for the sub. Woo! Yeah, I was like, I hit the Batman button, and then, Glottis and Manny Calveras showed up right there. By the way, if you're wondering where that GIF came from, it came from my favorite game in the world, Grim Fandango, which I talked about with Bill from Run Jump Stop on 143 Pixels a couple weeks ago. You should go download that episode of that show, and then the previous episodes, because every show of that podcast was super fun. Really great.
Like, his voice just makes me happy. Like, some people just have, and it's not even their voice, but their voice, but plus their cadence, plus the way they speak. Like there's no mistakes when they speak. It's like their speech is constantly edited by Scottier.
Yes. I was trying to find a link to that that dealio right quick. Here it is.
Yeah, that's why I just kept talking.
Because you know what's up. Just go to Run Jump Stomp and look for 143 Pixels. Great show.
I'm on there too.
I need to play Sam & Max. I have not played Sam & Max. I have it in my library. I will get to it someday. Gwyneth Paltrow has released a vagina candle. Gwyneth Paltrow's kind of bonkers, you guys.
Have you heard that they're doing like that Netflix thing with the goop scientists?
It's all pseudoscience. Their stuff is like, put this hard-boiled egg up your hoo-ha, and then you will be fertile again. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? Is the weirdest thing. Gwyneth Paltrow's a nut bag. Like, okay, I like her as Pepper Potts. I think she's pretty great in the whole Marvel Universe series. She's done some good work. She's fine. But her everything else is nuts. Like, nuts. Crazy.
So I'm all for, like, exploring alternative medicine, yada, yada, yada. I mean, I rub coconuts all over myself, and I'm like, I am immune to bombs now, bitches. But there's something to be said about, I would like to make money, and so I sell you this snake oil now, okay?
Yeah, she's like, if this was the 1800s, she'd be in a little wagon rolling around going, I can cure your hair loss.
Wait, what was the clip of you and Jacob playing Red Dead, and Jacob's like, let's go get the...
Let's go get the covered wagon?
No, it was...
let's go get the stagecoach.
Yeah, let's go get it. Steven's like, technically, that's a covered wagon.
I pulled it actually.
I'm not.
Tater, that looks like a covered wagon, but I'm not going to split hairs. Let's go.
It was my favorite thing.
Oh gosh, we need to play that again. I need more Red Dead with Jacob in my life. Like, it was so much fun. Gwyneth Paltrow has made a strong business out of her vagina. You could say she birthed it. I made up that last part.
Shut it.
She, through her wellness platform, I hate the word wellness. I hate how we use it on everything.
It makes me think of a movie.
Wellness. Go do something and be a part of your wellness. Be well. Have a well life. Go drop yourself into a well and drown. How's that?
Wait,
for
what's
wellness?
A Cure for Wellness? That movie.
Oh yeah, where they put the eels up his butt. Is that the one where they did that?
Yep, that's the synopsis of that movie. Yes,
A Cure for Wellness.
Yeah.
So she introduces to the concept of vaginal steaming, jade vaginal eggs, and of course the elusive sex dust moon juice.
Okay, so I will say, like, the Benoit balls and the jade eggs, whatever, like, that helps build muscles down. I mean, that's not the only thing you need to do, because you still have to stretch your pelvic floor. Like, having your pelvic floor too tight also causes issues, but there is something to be said about, walking around with an egg up your vagina for strength purposes.
But do they have to be jade? I thought, like, stainless steel was the jam.
You would probably go with stainless steel because you're less likely to get some sort of weird garlic vagina infection.
I don't know.
And you don't want to steam your effing vagina because your vagina is a self-cleaning oven temperature, and it needs to be the temperature it is. And if you start shoving shit up it liquidy, it's bad.
Mm-hmm. I don't know much about it. I don't have one.
Steven's like, I've not used the jade egg in my vagina.
No, I haven't either.
He'll do a review next Thursday. It's fine.
Lape says dust and juice in one item? Yes.
Wait, what?
It's dust and juice at the same time. It's sex dust moon juice. That's pretty good. I didn't notice that. Now, new for January 2020, we have the vagina candle, which is already sold out, prompting a wait list. According to Paltrow, her "This Smells Like My Vagina" candle is a funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected scent, with geranium, citrusy bergamot, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose and ambrette seed.
Okay,
is that what a vagina
amazing.
smells like? I mean, those seem like a lot of. It seems like it's
If my
citrusy.
vagina smelled like citrus and rose, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
But I'm not paying that for my vagina candles.
I don't know that this is a scent. I feel like they could have named it something else. I think Jacob may have been right, and I should have let you read this story. Because my opinion about this does not really matter that much. And any little thoughts I have about it probably should just stay in my brain where they're safe.
This is like your edgy, like over the top feminist friends that has Hillary t-shirts. She will have this candle.
This is people. You've got your "I'm with her" sticker. And
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see what you're saying.
And they're all gonna be wealthy because of the cost of the friggin' candle.
This is safe because
Oh
you
my
said
god,
it. I'm not gonna repeat that.
He said they should have called it lit pussy. Oh my god, that's so good, dude. Oh, that's so good. Also, lol on the cedar smelling more like wood.
This is out of control.
Yoshifat's like 15.
The chat tonight is proof that we aren't the funny part of this show.
Oh my god, I love you
Definitely-
guys.
It's definitely
The
you
candle's
guys.
$75 effing dollars, guys.
Are you serious? Is that the $75 candle?
Yes, that's what we should have done, Steven.
What if you gave someone this candle and you just replaced the label and you put like pine forest, but it's really a vagina? Oh gosh.
Like I was because you've heard of like ear candling, right? And I'm just like, so do you walk around like a candle freaking labra?
What ear candling?
Yeah, like they burn a candle in your ear.
No, I've never heard of ear candling.
Really?
No, I don't read Hippies R Us Weekly like you do. I have no idea what you're doing.
So much.
I don't cruise around the internet to the same places you do.
Have none of you heard of ear candling? Oh my
Even
god.
McFly's married to you and he doesn't even know what you're talking about.
It's just okay, so you stick a beeswax candle in your ear and you've got like a little wax catcher that covers your, what is your external ear called?
Your ear. Your outer ear.
Your ear labia.
What?
I don't know. Isn't that a thing?
Holy crap, this is real life, you guys. They put a candle in your ear. Is that to remove we've had Q-tips for a long time.
So, okay, the argument is that using Q-tips is maybe not the most productive thing and can actually be harmful because people stick them back too far. It can cause compacted wax, yada yada yada. You're technically only supposed to use it on your ear labia, like your outer.
Those people are stupid. You're using the Q-tip inappropriately. It's not the Q-tip that's wrong. It's the people that are using it improperly.
Right, but you're never really taught to use a Q-tip. You're like, just don't shove it back there, and if your ear's not bleeding, you're fine, right? But the ear candling, it's got the heat, right? So it creates like a natural suction, and it pulls your earwax up through the beeswax, and it burns it off. Yeah, it apparently helps a lot of people with tinnitus, like with successive uses. I mean, it has its place. I mean, I don't think people are insane about it. Some people just like the way it feels and sounds.
So, true story, when you talk about tinnitus, there's a temporary fix there that I learned from reading Reddit. If you're familiar with Reddit, it's a place full of nothing but accurate information.
Right, yes,
so
because it is the internet.
you put your palms over your ears like this. This is very visual. Sorry, audio listeners. And then you take your fingers like this, and you put them on the back of your head, and you like snap them into the back of your head like this.
Okay.
And you do that thumping like a few times, and your tinnitus will go away for a little while.
Have you done it?
Yes, because
Did
I
it
have
work?
tinnitus. Not enough for me to continuously do it, because it's kind of stupid. But it seems to work. I don't know why it works. It must be the low frequency kind of adjust your ear for a second or for a little bit.
It cancels each other out.
Yeah, the peaks and valleys they go away. But then the high pitched squeal stopped, and I was like, "Holy crap!" No, Og, I didn't read this on Vagina Candle website. This was some random Reddit comment, and I was like, "I'm gonna try that because that's not dangerous."
I love how he sounded offended that you asked if he read it on the candle, but he read it on Reddit.
I read it on Reddit, where people read things. I thought Reddit was stupid for a really long time until I figured out that there are little subdivisions of Reddit. It's like you get to pick your neighborhood, and you can just go there, and it's like, oh, look, weirdo, this is battle stations. I can look at monitors all day, people's computers, and go, man, that's real pretty. Can't afford that. That must be nice to make billions of dollars and be single. And then they're crying themselves to sleep because they're like, I'm so alone, and all I have is my computer. That got dark. Sorry.
I was like, good God, stupid. Okay, wait. Okay, so both you and TV's Travis have tinnitus, right?
Golly, I did get tinnitus from an emo concert.
He did. He freaking did. Because he used to, I mean, Steven was in a band, man, and called Evening Side, and their swords named after them. But, so, okay, I want you and TV's Travis to do the thumping thing, like, for a couple weeks. Just, right. I don't know how often you're supposed to do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But let's do a test, and then try the ear candling.
Okay.
Like, I'll find how often you're supposed to do it and yada, 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 yada. But, I mean, you don't have to do it yourself. There's places you go. But I want you to try the ear candling and see if it works.
I'm not going to do that before
Why?
you.
Okay, well, TV's Travis will. And then
TV's
he will
Travis
be
will do
cured.
it.
And you'll be like...
Okay, so if TV's Travis does it, since we're internet friends now, if TV's Travis does it...
Go do chicken shit.
I'll do it. I'll find me the place, and we have the Two Dorks funds. I'll use that to go do your stupid experiment, and you can follow me and Snapchat it or whatever the crap you want to do.
Okay, how about this? So you guys are TV's. You're in Discord, right? Yes, he's in Discord. So we'll set you up with Jacob so he can make this a little more scientific because he's being snarky right now since he's our scientist. And we can actually set it up into something that's repeatable and has quantifiable data. And then we will see on 2 people, because that's super deep, if it works. And if you would like to participate, ping us.
So TV's Travis has tinnitus. I missed that, right? So he's got it, and I've got it, and we're going to see if we cure ourselves with candle wax. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. This'll work for me.
So excited right now. If it works, like, we'll be 60 and I'll be like, hey, Steven, how's your tinnitus?
I'll be so grumpy. I'll be like, just
like, I'd rather have it back.
So find me an ear candler. Yeah, I can't make it any worse. I already have to sleep with white noise, so this should be fine. Melting hot wax into an ear seems like a good idea.
Well, the wax doesn't go in the ear. Your ear labia is protected. What is the name of the outer ear shell?
The outer ear. The outer ear. More on that at 11. Newspaper Left Untold. Everybody's going to quit the show if we don't show up next week with evidence.
I know.
Look, we can't remember the show the day after we do it. So the likelihood that either of us... Okay, Ashley will remember. If it means putting me through something painful, Ashley will remember.
It doesn't hurt.
NC Town rejects solar farm, fearing it would suck up all the energy from the... I quit. I quit.
Wait, what? I was looking at ears.
I'm as mad as hell.
This is ridiculous. Would suck up all the energy from the flippin' sun. Leaders in the small North Carolina town of Woodland rejected a new... We're always in the news for stupid stuff. I hate it. We're like... So Florida has stupid people living in it, and North Carolina has a stupid government. Like, it's just... Or stupid governments scattered around that do ridiculous
I'm looking up where
things.
Woodland is on a map.
Leaders, Hammer Dwarf. The Roanoke Chowan News Herald reports the Woodland Town Council denied approval of the solar farm and put a moratorium on others after citizens expressed distrust and fear of the solar panels. One resident, a retired Northampton County science teacher, reportedly said she was concerned that photosynthesis would not happen after she said she observed areas near solar panels where plants were brown and dead because they did not get enough sunlight. Maybe the plants under the solar panels, where it's shady, maybe a little bit less full.
Or if it's not reflected correctly, then the mirror effect is burning the shit out of it.
It's like, no, those weren't solar panels. That was the death mirror. They built one on Mythbusters. It's great. Another resident reportedly questioned the high number of cancer deaths in the area, saying no one could tell her that solar panels didn't cause cancer. No one can tell you, then we're done with this conversation. Mitch Streams. He was telling me the other day that somebody showed up his house selling solar panels. They were trying to, this person was like, selling solar panels, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, maybe we'll do this. At some point we might have kids, we might move. So what, if we're paying 30 years for solar panels, does that cost go to the next person? How's that work or whatever? And the guy was like, if you're interested in having kids, just be careful what kind of vaccines you get in there, because they're getting kind of dangerous. And measles is just a skin infection. That's not really that bad. And I was like, and Seabitch was like, get out. No, this is not a conversation. Measles leaves people sterile and blind, and it's not just a skin infection. Like, you just want to shake somebody. That's like, I'll sit down and have a wonderful conversation with anybody, but I want to throw you out a window. Like, we need to save us all. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, that was a side note, but it was not okay. But C-Mitch keeps his cool. He's a cucumber, man. He loves this stuff. He loves having people knock on his door.
Jacob does too. Jacob loves talking to people, but I wish that, because he kind of hides the ball in him being a scientist, and then he'll kind of whoop it out. It's like the really geeky kid in school that's like got a big old schlong, and he walks into the locker room and everybody's like, wow, look at this skinny little brat. And he just like whips it out. Behold!
Surprise!
Is that a thing guys do?
No, that's not normally what happens. No. There's Jacob's this day walker. He gets to be the jock and the science person. And, most of us aren't so lucky. He gets to walk the line of nerdiness and also physically capable of doing things and playing sports. Hence the baseball conversation in the pre-show.
He plays the sports ball on the computer and in the real lives.
The rest of us nerds, we don't play baseball and basketball and football in high school, so we just have to sharpen our wit so everyone thinks we're just freaking hilarious. And then you're friends with people because you're funny and you get by. If you don't have anything to offer in terms of laughs or wit or sports, you're going to get stuffed in a locker somewhere. Like, you got to at least be able to do one of those things.
Yeah. So, Arrow that's the best comment. He said if solar panels soak up the sun, Superman won't have any powers. Lex Luthor can buy up all the real estate.
Real estate mogul Lex Luthor is my least favorite Lex Luthor.
Wasn't that was the one with the kid, right?
Real estate mogul Lex Luthor was the entire Richard Donner's Superman thing. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4 and Superman Returns. Yeah. That was
where
real
he
estate.
like makes land out of kryptonite.
Well, yeah, so that was Superman Returns. And Superman 1, he was like, we're going to bomb the San Andreas Fault. They're going to buy all the land along the San Andreas Fault, bomb it so that it sinks into the ocean and we have beachfront property. And we'll call it Luthor Land or something. He had some weird, crazy cockamamie idea. It was very campy and it was very 1970s and it was fine. It's the best Superman we've had.
To be fair, the only Lex Luthor I've enjoyed is the Batman v Superman like animated series Lex Luthor. Like every big screen Lex Luthor that I've seen has been an absolute schmuck.
Yeah, they could do better. Oh yeah, Superman 3 had Richard Pryor.
Is he on fire?
Richard Pryor on fire? Oh wait, that's a bad joke. Didn't he light himself on fire once?
I don't know. I just know it from the Boba Fett song. Did I do a bad?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure Richard Pryor. Oh gosh, Richard Pryor burned himself somehow when he was high on coke. I don't know. I don't have any facts. Yeah, he did it freebasing cocaine. Yeah.
Oh my god! So the MCP pants, the MC Chris, my backpack's got jets. He
I'm
always
Boba, the
there's that
Fett.
line, the Pryor on fire, and I never got it. I just thought it was because it rhymed.
Nope, it's because he caught himself on fire doing drugs.
Ooh.
So don't do
Oh,
drugs, kids.
no.
Yeah, don't do
Sorry.
that. Bad. Comedy legend, Richard Pryor. Also cocaine legend, apparently. WTF section.
Now I have Fet's Vet stuck in my head.
It's called
and I wanna
Fet's Vet.
sing
You
it.
know, I've only listened to this song once, and the rest of the times I've heard it is because you and Stephanie run around going, "I'm Boba, the Fett."
Well, backpack's got jets.
It's like
Such a-
it's like because of you guys and Mulan. Anytime anyone says "Let's get down to business," I'm like, "To defeat the Huns."
the Huns. And then they send me
The
daughters
daughters, when I ask for something. Like if I'm doing work, like if I'm cleaning up the attic or something, I'm always like, "Well, let's get down to business."
I know.
And sometimes I'll tell Jacob just to yell it at you out of nowhere. If we're on the phone, I
He
say, "Jacob, yell the
does.
thing."
He's such a dude. So, like, he does this thing where he'll say it and then he'll just walk out of the room chuckling.
Because he knows.
Real obnoxious. Because, like,
knows.
I have to finish it in my head or it hurts.
Oh yeah, I do that. And I sometimes I'll text Jacob. I'm gonna poot on you.
Oh God, he does that like every night. He'll be like, "Hey, honey, guess what?" And I'm like, "Jesus, monkey cracker, what?" And it's always that he'll either sing that or he'll just wait, what's it? The other day he's like, "Hey, do you know what's under the Pillsbury Doughboy's apron?" And I'm like, what? Nothing? Dough? He's like, donuts.
That's great. I like a good dad joke.
It was so good, but I'm like, dang nabbit. Kansas man asked judge to allow him to have sword fight with ex-wife. What? Yes.
Is this not normal? I'd do that. That's cool.
I'm totally behind this. This is why I would make a great judge. Vote for Smash. A Kansas man has asked an Iowa judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney so that he can rend their souls from their bodies. There can be only one.
That's amazing. Is that how you refer to like when someone dies, his soul was rent from his body?
What the hell he be doing in
That's
Iowa,
so
man?
cool. No, nothing.
David also, huh?
They're doing nothing. It's Iowa.
Maybe that's rend their souls. I like that.
That's cool. It's very medieval.
That's very Highlander. David Ostrom 40 of Powala, Kansas.
Close enough.
Sure. Said in a court filing that his former wife, Bridget Ostrom, 38, of Harlan, Iowa, and her attorney had destroyed him legally. The Ostroms have been embroiled in disputes over custody and visitation issues and property tax payments. That sucks. I'm sorry, dude. The judge had the power to let the parties, quote, resolve our disputes in the field of battle legally, Ostrom said, adding in his filing that the trial by combat, quote, has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in these United States. That's true, except I know North Carolina, after one of the signers of our Articles of Independence was killed in a duel, they outlawed dueling. You're
in
welcome
North
for
Carolina.
that. Yeah.
That's probably that's what took out Hamilton.
So what was his name? Something Dobbs or I
Lou
should know
Dobbs.
this. There were
Lou Dobbs.
he
Definitely
looked
his
like
name.
he died in a duel. He had the puffy shirt and the puffy face.
Yep. Checks out Lou Dobbs.
Who's Lou?
I don't know. He's an anchor.
I feel like I'm
The
missing
news fellow.
He also asked the judge for 12 weeks' time so he could secure Japanese samurai swords. Oh, jeez. His motion, filed in Shelby County District Court, stemmed from his frustrations with his ex-wife's attorney. I think I've met Mr. Hudson's absurdity with my own absurdity, Ostrom said, adding that his former wife could choose Hudson to act as her champion. Oh my God, that's so great. Hudson argued in his legal response that because a duel could end in death, such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues. Hudson asked the judge to reject the request for trial by combat. Judge Craig dry smile.
Yeah, that's a good reading.
My brain wants to Germanize that. Said in his own filing that he won't be issuing a decision anytime soon, citing irregularities with both sides' motions and responses. Yeah, that's right. Just keep them embroiled in court. Just take your time. Sweet
it's
time.
like I don't want to make a judgment because they didn't sign the documents in triplicate and submit them through the proper channels. So he's just like, what he's doing is he's saying, I really want to see this and I really want to allow it, but I'm going to need some time to think on it. So I'm going to just embroil them in bureaucracy.
Maybe they should just fight the judge.
Why can't they box or something? Sword fighting feels extreme.
Especially if you would have to buy your own samurai sword, like if you need time to do that, because that means you've never played with one.
He needs to go to Japan and get a Hattori Hanzo sword.
Is that from Buffalo Bill Wild Bill Kill Bill?
That's from Buffalo Bill's Wild West Japanese review. That's what that came from.
Wait, Stevie Travis, do you have a katana?
Stephanie had a katana. It was really good to see when I was her new boyfriend. And I was like, oh, you have swords. That's cool.
Yeah, because you've got the tanto, the katana, and then I forget the other one. Ooh, I'm a bad person.
I don't think that makes you a bad person. It just makes you forget things.
Remember. Stephanie trained with the war fans, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. I like the size.
Wakizashi.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, he definitely has like the stand with the three swords.
Well, ZD League says you can carry a sword in Texas just for the heck of it.
Oh wait, you're in Texas, aren't you? I feel like, because Texas is such a small place that you need to go hang out with Kelly and Zafo.
Because Texas is so tiny. It's like you could just throw a rock and you're like, oh, there you are.
Yeah, you're like, hi, neighbor.
That's pretty great.
That was it.
That was the story. You know, in Washington, you can challenge people to combat and it's legal. So the dude what's his name? Phoenix Jones, the superhero in Seattle. I say superhero. He's a not super, but he does stuff that is protecting the innocent and whatnot. So he goes out and he tries to like take care of drunks and whatnot at night. And the cops stopped him from fighting a guy one time, and he was like, okay, well, now that you're here, I'd like to fight this man in physical combat. And they made an agreement, and the cop had to stand back and let Phoenix Jones take the dude down. Like, the combat thing was real, the fisticuffs.
How do you, like... Okay, so we get some of the Batman psychology, right? Like, Steven and I are huge Batman fans. But how does a non-traumatized normie decide that it would be real fun to prowl for people as opposed to being put in a situation where you're like, I'm gonna destroy you because you're a piece of crap?
So you're saying instead of going out at night and finding fights, you just prepare for when the fight comes. Well, I mean, yeah, that's like a lot like Mr. Miyagi, you know? Mr. Miyagi said you learn karate so you do not have to fight.
Mr. Miyagi was a Jedi. Discuss.
I think so. Will you please just go be a teacher somewhere so you can just walk in a room, drop a book on a table, and be like, statement, discuss, and then just go to sleep for like hours? It'd be a dream job.
I don't know that I'm allowed to shape the minds of children.
Yeah, good thing you're having one. That shouldn't be a problem.
Jacob and I were talking about that. We're like, we're so screwed. I was like, I'm so weird, and I don't know how not to be weird, and he's gonna grow up thinking weird is normal.
Yeah.
Like he's just gonna like crawl all over people and bite them to express affection.
You do that a lot.
I do. I like people and I bite them.
Well, you have this to look forward to. He's going to end up like one of you. You're going to look at him one day when he gets old enough to have a brain and be sentient. And you're going to be like, you're me, and I'm in for a world of hurt. Or you're me, and that's adorable. For me, most of the time, it's like, you're just like me, and now I need to go apologize to my parents. Because I now know what they went through, and God bless those people.
Yeah, that is real true. The never being quiet thing.
Yeah, never shutting up. I'm taking all of these old VHS tapes. Here's an example of the case for one, Fujifilm, and I'm copying them. I'm digitizing all of them. So they're like all these old videos of me at the swimming pool when I was 5, and at Christmas getting my first Nintendo, and I'm watching this stuff, and I always thought like I was a pretty good kid. I didn't do anything crazy, and I was just the most annoying small child. It's like constant and it's funny because I'll hear my dad say statements like out of the camera, like from off in the distance. And there's a tent in my living room, a Ghostbusters tent. Yeah, but back when that was popular, and you go in the tent and stuff, and I was playing with a friend on the floor, and you can hear my dad off the floor. Why don't y'all go in that tent and play and be quiet for a little bit? And I'm like, oh gosh, we were so loud for so long. All he wanted to do was watch TV, and we're like, blah, because we lived in a trailer. There really wasn't anywhere to go to get away. The only place I could set up that tent was in the living room.
It is. I'm a lot like my mom, and like all the mom traits I didn't get, I got from my dad, and I didn't get like the good ones from either one of them. And so he'll come over for dinner, and Jacob will just watch them, and he'll look at me like, "Oh Jesus!"
It's like, "Oh, you came from those two." Yep, I see it. I see it now.
He's like, "Oh."
I'll do stuff my dad does all the time, and Steph would be like, "Yep, this is where we're headed." Like, okay, I know. Hammer Dwarf.
She came over and we watched Ready or Not the other day, and I was like, we didn't do anything. Like, we didn't paint our nails, we didn't do facials or anything. She's like, Talkies, I needed just to sit and watch a movie without someone going, "What's your favorite Transformer? Play with me."
Yeah, that happens. Like, I think for the last 2 days, I was just like, oh my gosh, my favorite Devastator piece is Long Haul, and my favorite Transformer and Decepticon is Shadow Striker. And then he'll ask me again. I'm just like, can I just sit for a minute? It's a struggle. It's good.
I don't know if I'm just a butt or what, but like when I go hang out with Sam, like we just play like around each other, and he like leaves me alone and I leave him alone. But like it's just the fact that we're chilling in the same space.
He views you as a peer for some reason. You're a peer. Everyone else is like an adult person who can do stuff and play with him, and you're just another 4-year-old in the room.
Yes.
This is
but
how it works.
I don't like he's not like blah, 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 blah. He's just okay with me existing in the same space. So I feel like I win.
Yeah, you do win. No, he's great. I love playing with him. It's just like anything, you get like, man, I think I need to go out and have some chicken wings with the guys for an evening. And then I'll be re-energized and I can do this again. You can go back in, you take a breath, you go back in, it's like, all right, let's play some Transformers. It's fun.
I have beer. We good now.
Yeah, it's like, all right. No, I love it, man. I'll sit there and transform those Transformers all day. I'm just like, oh, look at how this twists and turns and does this.
They're so stupid.
Okay, yeah, this tracks. They're stupid. They're so great.
It's not that they're just like they're more complicated. Like if you show someone like Sam 15 times, like they'll remember how to do it. But at the same time, you're just like, this is not made for a 4-year-old.
No, but he can transform those things. It's like 8+ for some of the ones he has, and he can do it. So I'm like, you know what? More power to him. It took a lot and he'll sit there and sometimes he'll come and be like, Daddy, This one won't turn, and I can hear like he's getting upset. But
Yeah,
used
like,
to,
mega
he would
frustrated.
get like angry, and he'd fuss a lot. But he's starting to get a handle on that feeling, and he'll get upset, but he'll come ask for help. And then sometimes he'll come ask for help, be like, I can't get his foot to me. Let me see it. No, I don't want you to touch it. Like, okay.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to the Stephanie part of Sam.
Pretty much. Hey, you guys are awesome. You're the best. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. This chat was hopping before we even started the pre-show. I was blown
so
away.
Good.
I'm like, what is even going on? It's nights like this. I was tired. I was like, I don't want to do a show tonight.
I was so tired. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Yeah, and then I fired up the engine, and you guys were here, and it was already fun. And I'm feed off your energy, and we appreciate it so much that you come by and hang out with us. If you've got any mail you want to send us, hnhshow@gmail.com is the place to do it. If you want to leave us a review, if you like the podcast, you like what you saw, you can go to your favorite podcast service of choice, whether that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever. If it has a rating system, go ahead and leave a review and a rating. 5 stars. 5 stars. Your servers were Steven and Smash. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Steve H&H. Ashley is Fate Kills, Phate Kills. And you can also follow the network at Two Dorks TV on the Twitter. And if you'd like to tip us a little bit, like the piano player at the bar, you're just like on the way out, I'll throw $1 in. twodorks.net/tip is the way to do it, because I need to pay for my ear waxing.
Yeah, you're not. Okay, just to be clear, no one's waxing their ears; they're candling their ears.
Right, with wax. I don't understand the difference. I know I never will until I've done it. And also, if you want to be part of our Patreon crew and get the pre-show on your own little secret feed, as well as other knickknacks and stuff, Ashley posts. She posts pictures and whatnot all the time.
By the way, Jacob brought an external drive home, so I can start putting stuff back on Patreon because my computer exploded because there was no room.
Yay! Ashley can start feeding the Patreon now. So you can do that at patreon.com/twodorks, where you can get, that's the address, patreon.com/twodorks, where you can join the club. Even $1 a month is pretty awesome in our eyes, and we'd be really grateful for that. And we will leave you guys with these words of wisdom from Mary Curie. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Boy, those are timeless words of wisdom. Thank you, Mary Curie, for that. And we will see you guys next time right here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.
Two dorks.
There we go. Done did it. That's a show in the can, baby.
I was reading an ear candling article, like a peer-reviewed thing. Maybe I shouldn't have recommended this.
Oh, that theme song, Hammerdorf, is from Andrew Allen of the Andrew Allen Trio. You can find his work. Where is he? Andrew Allen. I forgot. I think it's just andrewallen.com. Boop, 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 boop. Andrew Allen Music. So, yeah, we commissioned him for that, and he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, because he kept, like, the original feeling and some of the original beats, so it didn't feel too far off the mark.
Yeah, that was cool, because we redid our theme at, what was that, episode 300? We got a new theme, or is our 10-year anniversary or something like that? I think it was 10 year. Where we went from the old garage.
Because we're about to come up on episode 500.
I know, right? What are we even gonna do? No one knows.
Jacob has fun ideas.
It's a mystery to even me. Well, Jacob's the producer, and he has a tendency to make real ideas come to pass. Whereas you and I just sit around and go, it'd be funny, and then we never do it.
I know, we're so bad.
All right, get your show titles in. Sex Dust Moon Juice. I hear that's the next Red Hot Chili Peppers
I'm the only one who
album.
voted for perv is the word.
Or is that the only one down there? Vagina to anus ratio. They wanted to see him chocolate drizzle, Jacob's chocolate drizzle, maybe some wiener jokes. Flash him, suck him, and blow him. Flash him, suck him, and blow him. That's rough. Perv is the word. Perv, perv, perv. Perv is a verb. Naked in touch. Jacob's chocolate drizzle. Steven's hidden talent. Wiener's
Ear
101.
labia made it. I'm happy.
Flashing and sucking ghosts. Yeah, ear labia got in there. That's good. Drugs are bad. Okay. Emo Steven with a machete. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think Sex Dust Moon Juice just has the right vibe.
I dig that.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty good. All right. Well, let's see if we can ad-lib us an intro. Remember when I used to put a lot of work into it, and now I'm just comfortable?
No, you did like the skits. Remember the skits we used to do?
I wrote a skit every week.
They were long, good skits too.
TV's Travis. That's what I was thinking. Sex Dust Moon Juice. What was the Red Hot Chili Peppers album? Sex Tonic Juice Magic? No. So there's a Saves the Day song called Rocks Tonic Juice Magic, and that got in my head, and now I can't think of the Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
What you just said was not words.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic with a K.
So diabetes.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It's like if you put the two words. That's terrible.
Diabetes, sex, and magic.
Blood sugar. Like it's one word. Oh, that's pretty good. Blood, sex, sugar magic. How can we be sure anymore?
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't have put blood sugar together.
Oh gosh. Red Hot Chili Peppers album. Let's see if we can find Blood Sugar Sex Magic with a K. Magik. So it's like dark magic.
Travis was right. He's like, I am vindicated.
Yes. Yep. Blood Sugar Sex Magic. That was their breakout hit, man.
What was the song on there that I would know?
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Hey, I know that one.
Yeah.
We were talking about birthing. Like people will bring, make a track and bring their playlist. Make a track of Jesus. Make a playlist and bring it. And Jacob's like, please don't tell Ashley she can bring music. Please don't tell Ashley she can bring music.
Oh gosh, no, you aren't gonna care about music. Do you know how many doodle pads and word searches we brought that we didn't use? We'd moved our entire house into that hospital. It was stupid.
I feel like everybody would be real motivated to get me and the kid out of the hospital if I brought my music.
They probably would. By the way, we were sitting with I was at my old man coffee group, as people like to call it, yesterday morning. And one of the dudes in my group is from Switzerland. He speaks fluent German. So he talks about sometimes he'll throw out German phrases and stuff. And
Yay.
Sometimes they're phrases that just are weird stuff. Like, a bird in the hand is two in the bush or whatever. But he'll say it in German. And it sounds like if you were to yell it at someone, you could scare them to death. It's like Fargeshagen. And I told him I need him to teach me the silliest phrase he knows in German so that I can just go yell it at things and people. Like when I get angry with something.
Well, which one did he teach you?
Something about when the goat runs fast and in the evening it puts on the brakes or something like that. I can't remember. But it was really weird. So
I don't know what goat is.
Some old German phrase. Sometimes he says stuff and he's like, there's not really a good English word for that.
Yeah,
okay.
there's a lot of really weird. Well, I mean, English has stupid idioms that make no sense when you try to explain it. You're like, I don't know. I know what it means, but I don't know why it means that.
But Stephanie's learning French, and when she says stuff, there's one thing she says, mon petit chou. It's basically in English you'd be saying something like, "Oh, my little sweetheart" or whatever. But in French, it's literally translated to my little cabbage. Something really weird like that. But the thought that it's putting forward is, "Oh, my little cream puff" or "sweetheart."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little cabbage.
Yeah, it's like my cabbage I can't remember. Mon petit chou. All right, let's do the stories. Here we go. What did we talk about? Just so I can have a little bit of idea, as if I care. All right, here we go. Whoa, that's weird. What's going
Can
on?
that be it? Can it just be like, whoa, that's weird? Horseshoes and hand grenades.
I'm trying to. It won't record now for some reason.
Hey, remember when we lost a show 3 times in a row?
No, I saved the show. Don't you worry. It did this to me the other day, though. I wonder if it can record on that track. That's strange. Yeah, you can record right there. I bet there's something stupid going on. Making shows is hard.
Taking care of business.
That's weird.
What did I roll? I rolled a 12. I rolled a 12.
Let me see if it'll do this. Nope. It won't record it on a second track. That's strange.
Doesn't it, like, shouldn't it do that?
Well, it's fine. I can fix it. I got an idea. I'll just move the other track down to that track and then do this one. There we go. All right, here we go. No, it's not. It's Audacity, so it should just be working. Thank you, Groovis for Life, for the suggestion, though. It says unable to open recording device. But I jacked something up the other day. It was my own fault. I just expressed my frustration with myself in Discord. But it should be good. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Here we go. Let me make sure this actually works. No, what? It seriously can't. Okay, I'll have to work this out off the air. But we are going to use, just so we know, what is it? Sex Dust Moon Magic. Sex Dust Moon Juice is going to be the title. And then I'll figure out what the crap is going on here. Because this doesn't make any sense. Let me try this. Nope.
We broke it.
That's so weird. Doesn't make any sense. Blah, 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 bloop. Nope. Nope, doesn't work. Let's try a stereo track and see if it does it. Nope, that doesn't work either.
I love that Scott's here, like, for the audio drama.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it because it'll work on this one track, but the minute I try to record on a different track, it goes nope. Yeah.
Groove, you need to move to North Carolina and just be like, pop out from the curtains and be like, I got you. Right. Yes, I was going to say, speaking of audio dramas.
I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll record it on this track, and then I'll just copy the piece and put it at the beginning. That'll do. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tonight on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Wait, no, that's not how I start this thing. It's way easier to delete it when you're not. Okay, here we go. Tonight on the show, Luigi's Mansion is an adult game. Crap. I can't do this. I can't do. Now I'm all thrown off. All right, here we go. Tonight on the show, Luigi's Mansion is an adult game. A woman is forced to take a pregnancy test at an inappropriate time. There's some sort of green puppy thing. Gwyneth Paltrow is a freaking weirdo. Science doesn't exist in North Carolina. And sword fights in Kansas are a thing that should happen. All this, your factoid, your words of wisdom, and more on tonight's Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, episode 495 for January 16th, 2020. Sex Dust Moon Magic.
I don't.
Sex Dust Moon Magic. It's cool. I got it. I was trying to
my
think.
brain's like, can I talk now? I think you could talk now. You should talk now. I
was thinking, and that was a problem because you were like, "Oh, he's thinking. It's fine. We're good. He's done."
Right. Steven, pause. I can talk.
There we go. So then I just copied it. So this was stupid, but I made it work. There's an Apple link. Apple link to what? Oh, the Blood Crow Stories. Yes.
Yeah, Blood Crow Stories. Whenever I say audio drama, I immediately think of Blood Ghost Stories.
It's so good, dude. It is so well done. So well done.
Ta-da!
And so I think all people should check out the Blood Crow Stories.
Yes.
Then you
'cause,
can tell Groove is for Life how awesome it is because it's real good.
I should review this. Why haven't I reviewed this yet? I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Like oh shoot, I didn't want to do that.
There will be reviews.
All right, y'all. It's time for Ashley to go pee and for me to go night-night.
I think, yeah.